Welcome, fellow Stardust. Are you ready for a scare? I see you've come back for more. If you're new here, buckle up. And thank you for joining me today. My name is DeRay, aka Rainbow Fright, lover of all things dark, creepy, and weird. Today's movie review will be on independent thriller, Would You Rather?
What's this? What are we doing?
Cal, you're up first. So, Cal, would you rather electrocute yourself or would you rather electrocute Amy? The blue button is for you. Press the red button if you'd rather zap Amy.
As usual, this week I'm reviewing one of my favorite films, since last week I did a subscriber request. I've mentioned before that my goal in doing these reviews is to show you some hidden gems and talk about some movies that I think are underrated. I've recently started doing some new releases and I'm gonna try to start doing those once a month, but we'll see how that goes. Because I like a wide range of horror, my goal is to bring both die-hard horror fans and new horror fans together to create a community who loves discovering new things while still enjoying all of the classics. So today's hidden gem is something I stumbled upon when I was looking for something to watch, and the cover immediately drew me in. This image and title says a lot, and you pretty much know what you're walking into when you start this film. FYI, this video is going to have some spoilers. In this story, we have Iris, who is struggling financially and trying to take care of her terminally ill brother, who is in need of a bone marrow transplant. Her doctor introduces her to a man who may be the answer to all of her troubles. This man, Shepard Lambrick, offers to pay for all of her medical bills and future medical bills if she participates and wins a contest he's facilitating at his home. How peculiar. Despite thinking that this is an opportunity that's too good to be true, and after mulling it over a bit, she agrees to enter the contest and goes to Mr. Lambrick's dinner. She's the last to arrive of 8 and is given the rundown of the other guests by Cal and Lucas. She recognizes Linda in the wheelchair from her doctor's office. Some of the guests have flown in from out of state, and everyone is there because they are desperate for money for one reason or another. During these introductions, we witness Iris's doctor, who was a former winner of this contest, regret his decision introducing Iris to Mr. Lambrick. I guess screw Linda though, right? She's old. Who cares? They are finally escorted to the dining room, where the game immediately starts with Iris. Steak is on the menu, but she is a vegetarian. Mr. Lambrick offers her $10,000 to eat the meat. She takes only 2 seconds to think about it before she starts digging in.
A lifetime of discipline and commitment to cause wiped away by a mere $10,000.
Conway, who is a recovering alcoholic, is offered $50,000 to drink an entire decanter of the finest scotch money can buy. After putting up a fight, he finally downs the entire container of alcohol. When the first official round begins, Conway decides he no longer wants to participate, but that is no longer an option for him or anyone else. And he learns this the hard way. The rest of the group then takes turns deciding whether they'll electrocute themselves or the person on their right. During this time, we see Iris's doctor prepare for his rescue mission. From here, the group continues making choices between 2 bad options, and we watch the group get smaller and smaller. We've definitely got some Saw vibes here, but I didn't really notice this the first couple of times watching this, but there isn't too much blood and gore. There are a lot of missed opportunities for some fake eyeballs and hands. I mean, the cover has an eye and a razor on it. We should have gotten a good prosthetic eye and seen it get sliced up. But I didn't really think about this the first couple of times I watched this movie. I was too distracted by the great acting, the camera movements, and the atmosphere that was created. We've got a really cool ensemble for this one. There's Brittany Snow from the Pitch Perfect movies, Jeffrey Combs from Reanimator, which I still need to check out. He's also done a long list of other films. Conway is played by John Hurd, which most of you know as Kevin's dad. He's also in a million other movies too. Eddie Steeples from My Name is Earl was so good. I watched that series before watching this, and it was cool to see him transition from a really goofy character to a more serious one. We have our man Rob Wells from the hilarious Trailer Park Boys, and Sasha Grey, who is a well-known porn star, so if you're wondering if that was her, you'd be correct. Her performance, unfortunately, was incredibly terrible, but everyone else was top-notch. There is also Johnny Coyne, who plays Bevins, Robin Lord Taylor, June Squibb, Lawrence Gilliard Jr., and Charlie Hoffheimer. Strangely, there wasn't any information on the production of this film, so I don't have a lot to share like I normally do. It was directed by David Guy Levy, who also founded Periscope in 2004. The film premiered on October 14th, 2012 at Screamfest. A few months later, it was distributed by IFC Midnight, and it was in some select theaters in the US and released on VOD the same day. There also isn't a lot of information on David or Periscope, but he's directed and produced a bunch of films that I'm really interested in watching. The most recent film he directed and produced was The Mandela Effect. Let me know in the comment section if you also thought it was Berenstain Bears and not Berenstain Bears. He also produced Terry, Banking on Bitcoin, August, and Lying, which all look really good. Bevins was the perfect companion for Mr. Lambrick. They are both creepy and cold. The son, Julian, was our glimpse into the future, the next generation who's going to take over when Mr. Lambrick passes. And something tells me that when he's running the game, it's going to be much more bloody. Man, I would love to see a sequel to this film. With this story, it's hard not to think about the current state of things. We've got the 1% controlling everything over the 99%. That's us. It's scary knowing that this small group of people are in control of so many lives, and they literally could care less about what happens to us. They will always choose money and power over what's best for the greater good. And here we have a 1%er who is pitting all these desperate people against each other for his own entertainment. So while this film is easy on the gore, it is still capable of making you jump and wince. I'm gonna give this one 4 rainbow skulls, and I hope you check it out. If you do, come back to this video and let me know in the comment section what you think. I don't know a lot of people who have seen this movie, so I'm curious. Well, thank you again for joining me today, fellow Stardust. I appreciate you being here. I hope I see you next week when I upload another horror film review. I'll also be uploading a video this Saturday. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and hop on the Rainbow Fright freight train and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. I'll see you next time. Peace.